Can we talk about the tomfoolery that's going on in the Big Brother house? And let's start with Blue. Blue holds the golden ticket, much like Izzy. But Blue is on the block, right? And it doesn't appear to me that she's fighting or campaigning to stay in the house. It's like, where is her head? And it seems as though, like, mind you, I tell y'all all the time, I'm not sitting around looking at feeds nonstop. So correct me if I'm wrong on this stuff. I'm just gathering information as I go to catch me up to speed. But it seems as though Blue has been hanging out with Miss Felicia because, Jared alluded that Blue, that Felicia is his mom, when in fact it's Cirie. So it's as if Blue has been hanging out with Felicia all day, and she's having a conversation where Cirie joins them, and she goes on about how Jared was raised well.
All right. You were raised very well, and it's very apparent, know, like he's inside, he's cleaning the dishes. I've seen him do that entire stack like a few times. Even when I cooked for the rest of the guys yesterday, he cleaned everything in the kitchen, washed all the sink, or all the dishes in the sink before I got there.
He's a good guy and all this. So trying to butter up Miss Felicia, and they both are like, yes, he was. And
he's always asking me if I need anything, whatever. He's just very reliable as a person too. Yeah. So I really like that. But yeah. He's a good egg. Yeah, good egg.
And actually, he wasn't, because he's a total douchebag and has no respect for women, and you have no respect for yourself, Blue, for sleeping with somebody who is so overly consumed with your body count. And I don't know what you're doing in the house. Is it to gain more influence? To gain more influence, to gain more followers? Like, what is it, Blue? Because your head is not in the game. So then later on, Jared and Felicia, his mom, they have a discussion, and they're talking about Izzy, because Izzy is doing the Izzyest most. Like, she is just all over the place, paranoid, and her main target of focus is Red, and primarily because it seems as though Red is getting closer to Cirie, because Red has said that he trusts Cirie the most in the house.
You feel like she said goodnight to you and you ain't say goodnight?
Yes, I did. I was choking on a Tums. I said, good night. And then I took a drink of water and she said, good night, Red.
Oh, boy.
Plus, she's been running around again, running her mouth. And I'm sick of her. Like, I'm over her.
Oh, Red, poor Red. That beard has gotten too long, Red. But so Izzy is really just putting a target on her back. And so Jared is like, she needs to go sooner as opposed to later. And so, yeah. So then, Jared and Miss Felicia, his mom, and Blue's eyes, they get together and they have this conversation. And basically, Jared and both Felicia expressed that, Izzy's doing too much. She's doing the most. I mean, she's really like, her now on her radar is Red, because Red is obviously getting closer to Cirie. So, they're like, Izzy needs to go sooner as opposed to later. However, here's the funny thing. So Miss Felicia is like,
I'll be honest, I have a final two with Cirie. But a part of me is actually thinking that I prefer to have a final two with you.
Who says that? I'm going to form a final two with you, though you have final twos with other people. That makes no sense. So, Miss Felicia, ma'am. That's what, you refer to your elders as ma'am. Miss Felicia, come on now. Who does that? You don't tell somebody you want to join forces with that you're joining forces with other people. So what does Jared do? He tells his mama.
A final two with Cirie, but I don't know if I could trust her no more. I think I want to do a final two with you instead. Cirie run her mouth too much.
Wow.
Yeah, don't act different.
Of course he's going to run and tell his mama. Can't even write this stuff. That's why there's a writer strike is happening. So who needs the writers when you have these clowns in the house just telling all of their details? So then, as Jared is telling his mom, Cirie, his actual mom, about what Miss Felicia has said, she's like, well, I can't trust her, So now Cirie is building up this sense of paranoia, it seems. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then she also goes on to say that, we got to get rid of Blue, and Jared doesn't understand why we got to get rid of Blue, because he's Blue. That's what he's doing with Blue, so of course he wants Blue around.
But listen to me. The only reason that it's going to be good for you is because they think you're so wrapped up in Blue that you would never vote for Blue. So they want to think it's Worry, Matt, or America that was the extra vote. They definitely not going to think it's you.
They're going to know it's not me.
Right.
It don't help me at all, though.
But it does, because they ain't going to have nobody. The people that they thought they had, which is America or Matt, one of them.
But then Cirie is like, you know what? She said that if you went on her HOH, she would evict you. So, she did say that. So, Jared, where does your loyalty lie? But then she agreed, yeah, we're going to get rid of Jag. But, So then later on, the mom, Cirie, has a conversation with her bonus daughter, Izzy, that, we're just going to have to go around Jared and get rid of Blue. And it's so funny because it's obvious, it would be obvious if I were Izzy that the only reason why Cirie wants to get rid of Blue is because Blue is messing up her game with Jared. Because his head, he's thinking with the wrong head. But they do discuss, we're going to get the votes to get to get Blue out. But the funny thing is, Jared is campaigning for Blue, but what is Blue doing? Blue just, there was a funny clip of Blue online trying to give shout-outs, birthday shout-outs, and then they cut the feeds, they changed it to something else. So Blue is just here chilling. She don't care. She don't care about the money. All she cares about is the fame. Blue is not interested in strategy at all. Like, I have not seen her anywhere campaigning why she should stay and Jack should go. So Izzy doing her Izzy thing. She's just doing the most and just so paranoid and so overly emotional in this game, which when you're so emotional in the game, that puts a target on you.
Love Izzy, but Izzy brought a lot of this on herself. All you had to do was chill.
And so, such is life, Izzy has a target on her back.
The same way Blue don't like Cameron, hate Cameron, you cannot like Cameron and hate Cameron in peace. You don't have to go into every room and every conversation that you're having is about hating or disliking Cameron or whatever it is.
But she then has a sit down with Red, and they have a cordial sit down or talk. And basically, they were like, let's just keep it cool until we get to jury. But, Cam said something that apparently irritated people, was basically, if we were in jury, I would tell her to shut the F up. And I'm sure a lot of people wish they could say shut the F up to her right now. And the funny thing is, people on social media, the commenters on Twitter, y'all are so freaking sensitive. Anything that anyone says about anyone, y'all take it as a personal attack, as if you've never said anything bad about anybody. Like, everybody's in an uproar. Oh, he wanted to say shut the F up to Izzy. Have you not ever wanted to say shut the F up to anybody? I want to say shut the F up to Izzy right now. If she were in my face, I'd say shut the F up, Izzy. You're doing the most. And so now that things are said and the veto wasn't used, Izzy is back to campaigning to, take down Cam and Red next week. Here's a funny side note. People in the house cannot stand Bowie Jane.
Bowie Jane. Fucking Bowie Jane. Bowie Jane. Fucking Bowie Jane.
I don't know if it's just her face or her hair or the Australian accent, but they cannot stand her. I mean, everybody thinks she's a snake. They think she is like spreading all the stories. And the funny thing is, mind you, I watch the feeds maybe 50% less than most people. But whenever I see her, they're always laughing with her. But then you see clips of her online where Felicia's doing this. And it's like, dang, y'all really hate Bowie Jane like that. I mean, I think she does have like that sort of flea gnat sort of vibe. Like, she just there, picking away, like bouncing around. So, but it's just funny that everybody has an issue with her. But apparently she and Cam have squashed their beef now. So all is well. But I just think it's funny that Bowie Jane is like on the outs with everybody, but they think she's floating, but she's still there. No one's nominated her, but it might be coming soon depending on who wins HOH. And also, Bowie Jane called them all like a-holes, you know, Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia, because she said a-holes, not just one a-hole. So, I mean, I just think it's funny, but tell me what you thought about the overnight feeds, or even like this commentary. I mean, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. And this whole cast, like, what's really going on? Are they giving you a headache like they're giving me one? Like and subscribe.